Welcome back to the Chicago White Sox franchise. Today we've got an episode that I have been very excited to record because we are within the final week before the trade deadline, and I plan to get through the trade deadline today, which also means we'll be able to see our draft picks, see the starting overalls, the potentials, the ratings, all that sorts of stuff. So who knows, man? The last two episodes have been very long, so depending on how things go today, if we get some critical situations, this could be another long one, or it could be like last episode. We literally got no critical situations. There was no gameplay, and in that time we did really bad. Like, our season's effectively over. We went 1-7 in our first 8 games so far out of the All-Star break. We also went 1-5 in our last 6 before the break, so we were pretty close to 500 before this rough stretch. After this Cleveland series here, I think we were like 2 games under or something like that. Now we're 12 under. We're 10 back in the division race. We're probably, even further back in the wild card race. It was definitely a long shot that we are going to be able to compete this first season, but this rough stretch of games has pretty effectively taken us out. I mean, that's not official. 10 games isn't impossible to come back from in a little over 2 months of the season. It's just, we need to be realistic with where we're at. We're the 24th ranked team. But man, last episode I was all over the place with how the trading was working, but I regrouped and rearmed in between episodes. I got a plan right here in this book. So let's get started with my new and improved trade plan. So for me, the number one priority is to try and get Nathan Lucas from the Blue Jays. I really do think this would be a really big piece to our team going forward if we could get him. A veteran presence who's really good. We'd have a lot of team control left for him. That's why I want him. Should be a guy that should be consistent and cheap for a long time. So that is main priority number one. The next thing is, of our guys, I really want to make sure we get rid of Austin Hayes. And the more I think about it, the more I am feeling like Seranthony Dominguez is like the number 2 priority in terms of who I'm looking to get rid of behind Austin Hayes. I know he does still have that second year under contract, but he's an all-star closer. But I don't know. I just feel like he has probably the highest value that he's really gonna have. And I think that second year might contribute to that. It is tough to know what the value of your players are though this year with how the trading works. I do like that there's no meter, there's no bar that shows you if a trade's gonna go through before you even offer the trade. But that is the one thing I miss from it, is having any sort of sense of how much value your player has, because with a guy like Austin Hayes, I have no idea what his value is. Like, if this was real life and you had a guy playing as bad as he was, a negative 2.4 WAR just past the halfway point of the season, nobody's going to trade for him. Nobody would pay any sort of price to try and bring this guy in. But in real life, you also don't have overalls, you don't have attributes. So I don't know if this game is still looking at Austin Hayes as a 77 overall 30-year-old with B potential, or if they're looking at him as a negative 2.4 win player, or if they're looking at him as some sort of combination between the two and which one, pulls more weight. Anyways, though, I'm getting sidetracked. To get back on track, I also wouldn't mind trying to find a deal for Anthony Kay. But then the next thing is, I'm not necessarily going to try and force a move for Lenyn Sosa like I feel like I was kind of doing last episode with the Pirates. We don't need to get rid of Sosa. I mean, he's been good, or he's been solid at least this year. I don't know if I can say good, but he's been solid, especially against lefties. He also has 3 years of arbitration after this year, so he is, under team control for a little while longer. He can be somebody we throw into a trade if I don't have enough to have a trade go through with my initial offer. Other than that, I'm not really going to force any moves through. So with that all said, the first thing I'm going to do is actually cancel this offer to the Reds. I really don't think it's realistic to get Sal Stewart. I don't think we have enough on our team to entice the Reds to want to send Sal Stewart to me. So I'm just going to give up on that. We're going to cancel this one. And then the first thing I'm going to try and do to start today's episode, I was trying to offer the Jays Seranthony Dominguez, and it really didn't seem like they were interested in him. They kept saying the fit wasn't there. So even though it says that's what they're after, got to pay attention to what the feedback is. If it says they're not after him, they're not after him. So what I'm going to try and do, just to see where we're at, I'm going to offer them Austin Hayes for Nathan Lucas straight up. I mean, you would would think on paper, not factoring in how anybody's playing, the Jays would want to do that trade. I mean, Hayes is better. He's got better attributes. He's a year younger. So I feel like this will be a good barometer, I guess, for how players are valued. You know what? I feel like my hair keeps going in my face. I want my hat. So now the next move I want to offer right away is, even though I'm giving up on Sal Stewart from the Reds actually do have a couple other guys that I'm interested in. And it does say they're looking for closing pitchers, so I'm going to try and offer them Sir Anthony, but I'm going to try and get back Connor Phillips, 24-year-old relief pitcher, B potential 70 overall already. He's in the minors, so he's not contributing to their team right now. He's also on their trade block, so it would make sense if they got rid of him. The only thing I don't like about him is the 3-pitch mix, but it'll be fine. I mean, he's got 12.5 Ks per 9 this year in AAA. And then the other main guy to get back would be Reese Hines, 25 years old with C potential. He's a 71 overall right now, so he probably, I mean, he's in the minors for them too, but he's probably big league ready. I mean, at worst, he's what Derek Hill is for us this year, and at best, you know, he keeps progressing a little bit. Maybe he can hit the ball a little bit. And then for the third piece, they got a couple more outfielders, and I wasn't really sure who to pick from, but you got Austin Hendrick, you got Jay Allen 2, and Hector Rodriguez. Any of them would be a good throw in, and they're all pretty similar-ish in terms of like where they're at development-wise, but I think Hector might be in the best spot. He's the youngest, and he's a 65 overall. And like, I could see the vision here. He's solid in the field already. He can play all over the outfield and a little bit of second base. So I'm going to throw him in, see if we can get a little 3-for-1 going here with Dominguez. If this doesn't go through, I'll either pivot to just trying to get Phillips and Hines, but we don't have to do that right now. We're just going to offer this. And then I think those are the only two offers I'm going to attempt right now, because these are really the only two that I like really want to go through. So I want to get these two in early so that we can get some sort of feedback. If I need to add in other players, I can add in other players. Like I said, Anthony K, totally fine getting rid of him too. I'm totally fine throwing him in one of these deals. And, you know, Derek Hill's on the table, Lenine Sosa's on the table. A lot of like young / minor league pitching's on the table. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to getting rid of a Jonathan Cannon, a Davis Martin, because he's not who he is in real life now. But my point is, we have some guys that I can throw in these trades, but I don't necessarily want to put them in other offers yet. I want to keep them available in case I need to add them to these offers that I care about more. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. We're just going to let these two get a response. I mean, hopefully they just go through the way they are. All right, let's see if we can break this losing streak, break this no critical situation streak. We got the last game of the series against the Astros, who I guess have Dustin May now, and he looks like he's having a really good year. We've got Noah Schultz out there, and we don't get a critical situation, and we got some feedback. We have 3 notifications though, so that means somebody probably sent me an offer, which is exciting. But yeah, first of all, the Reds are rejecting this trade. I'm not surprised, but I am surprised that this one also says the fit isn't there. But all right, let's see this next one. Okay, so this is an offer to me, and no thanks. They want Sosa, K, and Sir Anthony Dominguez for 2 C potential starting pitchers. JT Ginn, 26 years old. He's got a year of service time. He's in AAA right now. This other dude, 65 overall, 23 years old. He's their number 5 prospect, but he's not ranked overall. So I'm not gonna accept this, obviously. Nothing about this interests me, but what this makes me worry about is I knew I was probably overvaluing my guys, but this makes me think I was severely overvaluing my guys. I don't know, and it doesn't make me feel good about what I'm gonna see from the Jays next. Oh, never mind. This isn't the Jays. This is a different offer. Another one that I'm going to reject, but the Astros are offering me a 63 overall C potential catcher, 22 years old. He's their 2nd ranked prospect. All right, I guess we got to go to the trade hub, though, to interact with these. So I'm going to decline. I'm not even going to counter. We're just going to straight up decline these 2 incoming offers here. Still want to hear back about this, because I still do think there is maybe a chance that they want to pull the trigger on this one. I am going to try the Reds again. Based on what they said, I think they're probably more than a Derek Hill away from wanting to accept it, but just for now, I'm going to throw Derek Hill in and see if that makes any sort of difference. We're going to send that off, and then I'm just going to leave it there again. But I guess we should keep in mind who the A's were interested in, because maybe I could work with them to get rid of Anthony K or Lenine or something. Like, who knows? Just at a glance, maybe they'd be willing to give up a Denzel Clark. I love me an elite fielding center fielder like this. All right, but let's move on, I guess, or actually, let's look at the box score. I like to look at the box scores when things are simmed. Keep me up to date here. We only had 2 hits, and one of them was a Miguel Vargas home run. I have him batting at the bottom of the order now. Schultz didn't have a very good start. I feel like he's been steadily getting worse every start. All right, well, we got another series against another winning team. 4 games against the Yankees. Maybe we'll get a critical situation in one of these. No, I'm actually at the point where I'm getting worried that something is messed up and I'm just simming games and the critical situations are off somehow, but I don't know. First of all, though, we do have 3 more responses coming in, so we at least got 1 more offer being offered to me. Reds don't like this move, though. It's the exact same reply, so I don't know. We'll probably have to either change that up big time or abandon the idea of this one. What's the next one we got here, though? The Jays, okay, the Jays officially rejected. Says they considered some counteroffers, but decided to hold off at this time. So that actually makes me think that this one might have been really close. Not close enough to counter, apparently, but close enough to think about countering. And then lastly, we got a trade coming in. It's another one from the A's, but they're not giving me Denzel. I'm not really in the market of getting hyped over a shortstop prospect. We've got Montgomery, we've got Bonnemer, we've got Billy Carlson, and we just drafted Johnny Bench. Shortstop position's kind of loaded right now. Middle infield as a whole is loaded right now. But it does seem like they want Lenine, because that's the second trade that they've offered that features Lenine Sosa. I mean, if we could get Denzel Clark for Lenine in some way, I'd be up for that. See, it would be kind of a cool feature, like how we have trade targets. We have 4 guys that we can list as being interested in. It would be kind of cool if like we could see that from other teams of our players. Like if that was a section of the trade hub to see what other teams are interested in my players, and then you could it could kind of be a little bit easier who you might want to go out and try and build a trade with. Like if you can see, oh, the A's, it's listed as them being interested in Lenine Sosa, maybe I try and build a trade with the A's featuring Lenine Sosa. Just a feedback for all you developers watching, because I'm sure they all are. But what are we doing here? Because we've got nothing. I need Nathan Lucas. That is priority number 1. And it did seem like they were close to being interested in Austin Hayes. So I'm going to keep that offer there. And I don't know, man. I don't know how more to build this up. I mean, we still got a few days before the deadline, so I can still try some things. Maybe I just throw in 1 extra guy. We go Hayes and Sims for Lucas. Maybe at least that little bit of extra value brings them past the point of considering countering and actually gets them to offer me a counter offer. I don't know. We'll just send this through, but it is starting to get close. I guess I forgot to with this Reds one. I wasn't necessarily locked in on this Hector Rodriguez, and maybe they're valuing him a lot, number 6 prospect. So I'm going to throw in Jay Allen instead this time. I'm still going to offer Derek Hill too, but we'll see about this one too, man. But yeah, we are. We're 4 days away from the deadline here. So I'm thinking another day or two, we're going to want to start getting a little bit more aggressive with the moves I'm trying to make. We got shut out this time. I didn't even notice that, man. Really? Offense? Come on. You're better than this. At least Shane Smith had a good start. The pitching as a whole had a good game. But all right, let's sim another day and see what happens here. Davis Martin on the mound this time versus Cam Schlittler, and another non-critical situation and a shutout loss, and we didn't even get any trade stuff to go through in that one. 8 hits, 2 doubles. We couldn't bring anyone around to score. 2 walks on top of it. I also really don't like that we didn't get any reply here. Do I want to modify? I think I will. You know what? I think I might just break out the big guns here. I'm going to throw Anthony Kay in here, and I'm also going to try and get back Jesus Sanchez again. So we're going to try this. We're going to try it. Then I'll still wait and see what the response is here. And then I don't know, man. Should I just like fire off Lenine for Denzel straight up and just to see what they say? I mean, he's not on the trade block or protected. Also looking at his stats, he definitely seems like a bench guy right now. Yeah, they're running Lawrence Butler in center right now against righties, and then and against lefties. Okay, I think I'm gonna wait at least 1 more day, see if we get some responses, but then man, we'd be really getting close. So let's see. Sim the 3rd game of this Yankees series. We won finally, but still not a critical situation. I'm genuinely worried. What's going on? Reds reject me again. They seem a little more intrigued at least by this one. Like, they don't say the fit isn't there this time. Still nothing from the Jays though. Why did the Jays not respond? All right, well, you know what? The A's wanted Sir Anthony. If the Reds don't want Sir Anthony, maybe we offer him to the A's for Denzel, and maybe we can do this straight up. I mean, probably not. I could maybe also throw in Derek Hill here because they are looking for a center fielder. At least they would get a replacement who, like, right now is pretty similar to what Denzel Clark offered, at least speed and fielding. Let's try and send that one off. I'm also realizing here I should have changed this up because I'm not looking for first baseman anymore now that we're not going after Sal Stewart, so I guess change it to center for Clark. We need something to happen here, like right now. See about this win here. We had homers from Lenine and Mydroth. Lenine got over 10 now. Some doubles. This is a pretty solid offensive game overall. Sean Burke 5 1/3, 2 allowed. Scoreless from the bullpen. Good to see Elmer with his scoreless outing. But all right, this is a big day to simulate here. Cannon on the mound. Luis Heel. We could tie a series. How long was our losing streak? It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We didn't quite get to 10. Ha! You won't beat us 10 times in a row. What do we have here? Oh, it worked. We can play the game. I mean, at this point, I'm more invested in the trade, so like of all times to see a critical situation, I kind of would have rather just get through all the trade stuff right now. But finally, we get to play again. I'm not going to complain about that. And we get to use Bonhomer. So I think our number 2 prospect is what he was when he got called up. We get to see him in action here for our first action we're seeing after the All-Star break. We've got 2 on. We're down a run. Bottom 6, so this is going to be a longer one. Let's see what we can do. I mean, it really does suck that we had all that losing and I wasn't able to do anything about it. That was one of the things that I was saying, feel like all at the beginning part of the year. If I was going to contend this year, it was going to have to be me playing well. And I didn't even get a chance to play well for all those games that we lost that dropped us out of contention. This also means I haven't seen GOAT difficulty in a long time. That probably caught the zone just a little bit. Yep. All right, full count. And all right, Bonhomer with the walk. Nope, that's going to hold up. Horrible challenge. Yeah, that actually wasn't even close. That's one of the worst CPU challenges I've seen. And now Hayes, hey, chance to boost his trade value maybe a little bit if he can do something against a lefty. That's what he's got to show off right now, his ability to hit lefties. That's a ball. Yep. See, Jays, he's a good ABS challenger too. Don't you want him? Okay, ump. Let's see the inner part of the zone here, man. Or not even part of the zone, because it's out of the zone. Okay, 3-2 though. All right, swung at ball 4, but that's fine. Swung at ball 4 twice in a row now. Could have tied it up if I just left the bat on my shoulder, but no, I gotta protect. Oh! Oh. I don't care that that's a contact swing. That's a perfect swing right up the middle. And then that's... Ooh, actually, Bonhomer made it close there. I don't even want to complain. No, let me finish this one. I'm not going to return to simulating. We got Elmer out there too, so we get to see Bonhomer and Elmer in the same game here. Both guys that shouldn't be in the bigs right now, but are... because I'm not in control of my rosters yet. Give me that strike. I mean, what is this ump on right now? But hey, this could be like a future, what's the word I'm looking for? A piece in our rotation in the future. That's my plans for Elmer Rodriguez. I also, okay, actually that fastball at 97, that reminded me because he's one of the guys that has outlier. Let me make sure it is... Okay, it is outlier 1. So he has outlier, but his four-seam velocity is only 95. So I don't know, I guess that fastball coming in at 97 and it's saying there it can get up to 99. I guess that's exceeding the maximum velocity, but I guess it's just exceeding his maximum velocity. Dude, and back-to-back punch-outs here. How is he giving up so many runs? He's elite. Try and bear down here and blow it past him up for strike 3. Yep, we got it. 98 on the gun up when he's in the yellow energy. Strikes out the side, man. I don't get it. Why has he been so bad? Oh, on a 3-2 count. Fastball right down the middle. I didn't get around that. I've seen a lot of 3-2 counts to not have anything out of it. I mean, I had a perfect swing out of it. Okay, I was a little late here, but I might pinch hit Caro here. That's kind of, I mean, I pinch hit Teal for Caro when there's a righty in late. Maybe I should pinch hit Caro for Teal, because again, Teal 44 contact, 37 power against lefties. Let me get Caro in with his 91 contact. And first pitch swinging, and that's not going to get down. A good swing, though, man. Come on. It's not like I'm making a ton of good swings, but the few that I have haven't been rewarded. And I'm late again, dude. If I'm not selling out for it, I can't catch up to the fastball right now. It's because it's been so long. Give me more critical situations so I'm not so rusty. All right, well, I'm going to give the ball to Vassell to try and keep it where it's at here. I feel like he's given me a lot of good innings the last couple of times I've used him. When I've actually been able to play the game, I'll take that strike too, game. Yep, give me 4 successful ABS challenges for 4 today. All right, there we go. Judge with the rollover. Perfect. I feel like I can get that one too. Am I just greedy at this point? Am I just overconfident? That might have been low. Nope, got it again. 5 for 5. There we go. Jazz up out of the zone. Oh, and we get him looking, dude. The pitching has been mowing down these Yankees here. And we could have had the lead with a perfect swing earlier in the game. But no, now we still got to work for it. We still got to put at least 1 run up on the board for now. Murakami, you got to, okay, I was going to say you got to start hitting homers. He has hit one today, so he's finally at 10. Looks like you won Rookie of the Month for June. Didn't notice that. Break more. Oh, and that's the second time now in this game that I've gotten on top of a breaking pitch at the top of the zone. Sosa, I don't think I got enough of that to do anything. I feel like I'm so close on some of these swings. I'm seeing it. I'm working it to a 3-2 count, and then I can't deliver. I'm going to let Vassell handle the 9th, though, to try and keep this one where it's at. That's another strike. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. Stands tall. I might have overdone it here. Nope, I did get it, just barely. 6 for 6. Oh, it's going to get through, though. That was supposed to be a curveball in the dirt on an 0-2 count. Just bared down twice in a row on a 3-2 count. They just fouled it off twice. I hate that, man. Bear downs, I feel like, result in so many foul balls against the CPU. And now it's just a foul ball at bat. It's about to be pitch number 10. I don't know what to throw. Well, that doesn't even work. Couldn't even end it with a walk that far out of the zone. Is that a 14 pitch at bat for a walk? All right, we're not going to let Vassell suffer out there after giving up 2 base runners and having that. I'm gonna go to the lefty. We're gonna bring in Tyler Gilbert with his 90 clutch rating. There we go. Okay, I thought we were gonna have another foul ball at bat there. We had a couple fouled off, but the sinker got him swinging through it. Yankees have Mauricio Dubon now, so I guess they made a trade for him at some point. That, yeah, I could have gotten another one there. I mean, I should have challenged it just out of principle with how many this ump was missing low. That, we got to get 2 on that, and we do get 2 on that. We keep it right where it is. We got a chance here in the bottom of the 9th. All right, they've got David Bednar as their closer, 281 ERA, 27 saves. Bonnemer's up. I might want to pinch hit for him. I guess we'll go Benintendi. Just turn on a fastball. Try and sneak one by me, turn on it. Or be late. Literally the exact pitch I was waiting for. I didn't even move the PCI, and I was late. Oh, and I got it again. How about that? And it's not going to drop. Look, I'm trying so hard to adjust, and then I flail like that. Find the middle ground. Nope, just late again this time. Oh my god, dude. Very early on that one. I can't find the middle ground here. I can't time up the fastball. Yep, and then I'm late. Exact same pitch in the exact same spot. I try to adjust, and then it's too much. And then, yeah, that was just a frustrating game. Especially since I should have at the least tied it with that Austin Hayes perfect. But I guess the fact of the matter is I had 3 more innings to do something and I just didn't do anything after that. It's okay though. I mean, with where our record has gotten to, we don't super care about wins and losses at this point. It's more what's going to happen once we load out of this game. Seeing trade feedback, because we better see trade feedback, man. If teams don't reply to me as we're getting close to the deadline here, then this system's broken. Let's see. All right, I guess I got to sim the day first. We'll be simming to the deadline here. What are we going to see? We got 4 responses. The Jays reject me again, man. And like, I don't know. I also don't know because now we are on the trade deadline. But if we have to sim a day for the trade offers to go through, like what happens at this point? Am I not going to get any more offers coming into me after these? Because we got 4. We at least have 2 offers coming in. But then also what happens to the offers that I send out on the deadline day? Like, do they still go through? All right, well, anyways, the Jays don't even try. They don't even counter. And moving on to the next one, the Mariners. Okay, hang on. Hang on, actually. We might have a trade that we might want to accept here. The Mariners want a lot. They want Lenine, they want Sir Anthony, they want Derek Hill, and they want Benintendi. But wanting Benintendi, that's almost like something that works in my favor because he sucks and that takes money off the books. So they're basically paying for Benintendi to get these 3 guys. And they're willing to give me Lázaro Montes, who's somebody that I want. B potential, 25th ranked prospect in baseball, their 4th ranked prospect, and they're also offering me 2 more guys on top of it, 2 C potential third basemen, it looks like. Caleb Cali, 25 years old. He's their 8th ranked prospect in the organization. He is just like 50s across the board. He is the most evenly distributed player I've like ever seen. Doing pretty good in AAA though. Almost an 800 OPS. So that's not nothing. And then this last guy, he's their 9th ranked prospect. He's only 22 though, so he's a couple of years younger. Better fielder. He can play around the infield a little bit more. Switch hitter with decent contact right now. Look at the progression to his contact. Okay, this might be somebody. I'm going to accept this trade. I mean, we don't do it from here. So I want to see the other 2 offers that came in here before we go to the trade hub. But yeah, that'll be one that I'm accepting. So then what's next here? The Mets, Austin Hayes for Colin Houck. Man, what was it? The MLB 24 Sox March to October? I don't know, but we had Colin Houck in one of my former White Sox March to Octobers, and he became very good. Not looking like as good of a prospect as he did back in those days, but he'd be another shortstop. He can field. Doesn't have a ton of hitting. He is only 21 though. I mean, like, I do feel like I have to get something for Hayes. I don't know. Hopefully we see, well, actually, I guess if Hayes is in this offer, that means the trade didn't go through with the Jays. Oh yeah, okay, we already looked at the Jays one. See, I'm still all over the place. But the A's countered my trade. Ooh. So they countered and they want Lenine instead of Sir Anthony. But if we accept this one, then we can't accept this one. Ooh, that's tough. Because, man, I really love me some Denzel Clark. He's also got a lot of room to improve. And all those attribute points are going to go to the hitting because they really can't go to the fielding anymore. Oh, boy. This is, wow. Today is the trade deadline. So, like, I mean, the counter button is still there. We know the A's want Sosa, so I feel like I can't counter this one with somebody else. Oh, and Derek Hill. I forgot Derek Hill is also in both of them, so we'd have to replace both of them. Man, this is tough. Like, I feel like I'm leaning towards this one because I like the idea of getting Denzel Clark, and I just feel like this one would be more realistic to counter than this one. But also this one gets Benintendi off the books, gets Dominguez off the books. That's $25 million we'd be freeing up heading into next season. And it would bring in a top 25 prospect in Lázaro Montes, who's already a solid looking hitter and he's got a lot of room left to improve. It would bring in this guy who actually looks really solid with this switch hitting, his contact. Fielding's pretty solid. And then you got this one to consider. Like, do I just accept this because I want to get at least something for Austin Hayes? I want to get Hayes off the team, really, is the thing. But if I accept Hayes and then I accept one of these, I don't really have much left to try and get Lucas. Let me just see what I can muster up here if I try and counter this one. So I would have to take Lenine out of the deal and Derek Hill out of the deal. I mean, like, maybe Acuna could do it. If I'm getting Denzel Clark, probably gonna play Clark over Acuna, and then Acuna is kind of, in a way, Derek Hill and Lenine Sosa baked into one, because he's a fast fielding center fielder but also a middle infielder. Yeah, I wouldn't hate giving up Acuna if I know I'm going to be getting Denzel Clark back. So let me just throw him in there and see what that looks like. But yeah, I don't know, maybe he has enough value to do this, or I could take one or the two third basemen out of it for them, or I can see if there's somebody else that I can add in. I mean, I wouldn't want to get rid of Maedroth. I could get rid of Vargas, but he's probably not really what they're looking for. He can't play second base anymore. We just, besides Sosa, we don't really have any like MLB ready infielders that I would want to get rid of. I mean, okay, let me also think about this too, because if I'm getting rid of Benintendi, Acuna, Austin Hayes, if I do accept that other one, and Derek Hill as part of the A's trade, that's 4 outfielders that I'm getting rid of. All we would have left is Brooks Baldwin, Everson Pereira. We'd be getting Denzel Clark back, so we would at least have a full outfield, and then somebody would get called up, so either the CPU would leave Montez up, or it would call Kelnick up. We would still maybe have the opportunity to flip Anthony Kay for a outfielder that maybe could play a little bit. You know what? They also had the kind of shallow bullpen, so just to maybe put it a little bit over the edge, I'm going to offer up Fetty. Or I don't know. I mean, does Fetty add value? He is $1.5 million. Just we do have Sims. Maybe I should do Sims instead of Fetty because he's league minimum. Yeah, we'll do that. I mean, I don't think that's really like a tide shifter, but like if there is a meter in the background and Acuna has it like right up to it but not quite past it, maybe Lucas Sims takes us past it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this official. We're going to counter the Mariners offer with Acuna. It's not guaranteed that it goes through, so it's not guaranteed that we don't have Acuna anymore. I just feel like value to value, I would assume Acuna and Sims is at least as much, if not maybe even more value than Sosa and Hill. But then with that, I am going to officially accept this trade. We're going to send Lenine Sosa and Derek Hill to the A's and bring back Denzel Clark. Let's make it official here. This I'm excited about. I mean, for some of you guys that maybe ventured into Diamond Dynasty territory on my channel last year and watched Pack Attack, Denzel Clark was like a cheat code for me. Not only was he great in the field, but for some reason, I hit amazing with him. So to bring him in, he'll be our center fielder of the future. I mean, he is already as good as I would want a guy like him to be. Like I said, we've already gone over this. He is about as good a fielding as you can get in center field. All he's going to do is continue to get better with the bat. So there we go. That one's official. Let me first see if I can build anything that might make sense for K to get a outfielder. Like, I don't know if K is really who the Rangers would be looking for, but they have Michael Hellman on their trade block, and he's like a super utility, can play anywhere. It's got some speed, got some good fielding. He can actually hit a little bit, it looks like, maybe. I mean, I can cancel an offer whenever, so I may as well just like put this in. I mean, there is still Lucas. I don't have to like give up on him. This could be one that I also throw in an offer for, K for Lucas straight up. I mean, I guess also if we're doing guys that we were looking at before, K for Rhys Hines, sure. Send it off. All right, I don't know if I really found any other interesting K trades to send off. The more I think about this, I think I should just do it. Even if we are short on outfielders, like technically with how bad Austin Hayes has been, we may as well see who gets an opportunity, because it's going to take a special performance to do even as bad as Austin Hayes was, let alone worse. So I guess if we do this, we at least get something for Hayes. I don't know if I have the highest hopes of Houck becoming anything down the line. I mean, he is young. He's only 21, so he's got time, but he could be a trade piece that we could use like in the offseason or next year at the deadline or something. So I think I am going to go ahead and officially accept this one. Finally get Austin Hayes off this roster. Bring in Colin Houck, the White Sox March to October legend. So there's another one made official. And then I have I guess, 3 Anthony K trades for outfielders that hopefully one of them goes through. See if I can find anything for Fetty. I mean, I really don't think Fetty's going to command too much value. I'm really just looking here for like a C potential bullpen arm who maybe has a shot. Well, and here's one right away. D-backs kind of looking for relief pitching. Try and get back this Philip Abner guy, lefty, who's already pretty solid versus lefties. Kind of the exact type of player that I was talking about, so we can send that one off, see what they say. I guess I don't have to stop there, but I also kind of don't want to spend any more time on this. I've been recording for 2 hours. This has flown by. Yeah, I'll put in another one because the Reds were a little shallow on the bullpen too. So we'll see if they want Fetty. I'll try and take this Zach Maxwell. I mean, this one probably makes a little bit less sense. He's only 1 overall lower than Fetty, but you never know. May as well fire him off, right? I don't think there's a limit to how many trades I can offer. So I think I'm just going to leave it there. Kind of a shame that the 2 teams that I was trying to work with to get a trade to go through are the ones that we don't seem to have any sort of chance of getting a trade to go through with, the Jays and the Reds. I mean, we still got a chance if either of them want Anthony K for either Lucas or Rhys Hines. But this is the big one. If this goes through, if the Mariners accept my counter, this will probably be the biggest trade that we could have made to bring in a top 25 prospect, 2 other solid third base prospects, get rid of a lot of money off the books. The only one that hurts a little bit to lose is Acuna. But I think we're set. We're set to sim past the trade deadline and see what happens. I kind of hope we don't see a critical situation. You know what? Actually, if one pops up, I'm going to skip it. I'm not about to record for 3 hours today because we still got our draft picks to look at. So let's see here. Let's sim past this. First game of a new series against Tampa. That doesn't matter. I got to fix my lineups first. Okay, never mind. Anticlimactic. All right, everything should be good now. Let's do it. Oh, come on. Well, I may as well play this one. It's the 9th inning. There's 2 outs. It's a tie game. We got Murakami up at the plate. Let me see if I can provide some fireworks here. If I don't take the lead, I will be returning to simulating and not playing out the rest of this game through extras. I just want to see if I can do something with Mune here. And I'm just late. I felt like I was on it. Like, I can't even describe, dude. It felt like I was ready to be on it, and then it felt like there was a disconnect between my brain and my finger. And I pressed the button just like slightly later than I actually wanted to swing. Then my brain sent the signal. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. Return to simulating. Let's lose another one. Well, I guess I have a chance to lock it down. Let's lock it down here. We scored 2 in the top of the 10th. 4-2. Sir Anthony trying to close it down with 2 on. Runners on the corners. Turn a quick double play here. Okay, we got strike 3. Nobody advanced. You know, at the bottom there, a lot of DFAs happening. That's probably something to pay attention to, maybe. The waiver wire after the deadline passes. Maybe we can claim some dudes. I think we're going to have room on our 40-man roster after selling off some of our guys, especially if that Mariners one goes through. I think that's 4 40-man spots that would get freed up. That should do it with Denzel in center field. We get to see him. Didn't really have to work too hard to get to that one, but at least that's fun. So at least we're getting a win before the deadline here. That's fun. So it's time to see, or not quite yet. We got to finish simulating officially. Oh boy, everybody cross your fingers for me. Let's see. No way, they rejected it. Oh, I actually got to the point where I was convinced they were going to accept it. I wonder what part of it they wanted less than Sosa. Like, did they just want somebody who could hit a lefty? That could have been why they were after Lenine. I mean, now we can't do anything about this. I do wish this system maybe worked a little bit differently, especially like at the deadline, because, you know, sending off an offer like that. I mean, if you think like in the universe how this worked, we got the offer on the 30th, and I was giving my response on the 31st. If we're trying to work out a deal at the deadline, if I'm countering, I wouldn't be waiting until the last second to give them my counter offer. You know, I probably would have submitted my counter offer on the 30th right after they sent it in, or early on the 31st. We'd have been working throughout the day on the deadline to get something done, but no, I just send off one, simulate an entire day, and that's it. I don't like it. And then we've got all these I guess we can call them nonsense trades. Maybe one of them goes through. Rejected Fetty for Abner. Rejected Fetty for Maxwell. Rejected K for Hellman. Rejected K for Lucas. Rejected K for Hines. Oh, for 6. So, all right, then I guess the full recap of our trade deadline. We did the Denzel for Lenine and Derek Hill trade, and we got Colin Houck for Hayes. A lot quieter of a deadline than I was looking for. I mean, the Yankees trade we made last episode was also really good. I'm really excited about Clark. The Yankees trade was good. It's just I wish we would have done a little bit more. All right, we do have some call-ups though happening. Catcher up to Double-A, Houck to Double-A. Braden Montgomery got the call to Triple-A. All right, he wasn't really lighting up Double-A, so I don't know about that. We'll see. This dude I think just got called up to Double-A last episode, so he's flying through the system at like a 58 overall, if even. Jared Kelenic got called up to the bigs. Okay, that's the move I wanted. I'm glad about that. And then I can't really say the same about that one. William Bergolla gets called up to the MLB. All right, sure. I don't understand what the CPU has against an 8-man bullpen. What's the injured list thing here? Okay, just Tyler Schweitzer. Yeah, I don't get it. Just like, we've still got Sims, we've still got Fetty, we've got Leisure, we've got Hicks you could bring back up, but no, instead you bring up William Bergolla. I mean, especially since we still have Acuna on the team, we don't need Bergolla. We don't even need Bonham. So yeah, to end this episode, the third very long episode in a row, it's 2.5 hours now of me recording, but I'm going to sim past one more day here with the Rays. I'll be skipping a critical situation if it pops up, and of course it does. When I don't want them to, they do. When I do want them to, they don't. I mean, okay. Well, it's another one in the 9th inning with 2 outs, and we're down 1 this time. So if I don't do anything, it just ends. And it's Kelenic up in his first game after getting called up. Luis Angel Acuna has 2 home runs. Maybe he's going to surge here. Maybe he's going to try and prove me something that I not only replaced him with Denzel Clark, but I also try to get rid of him. It is going to make me wonder now, though, as we're moving to the future, since the Mariners trade didn't go through, comparing the trade I did make with the trade I could have made with the Mariners, would have freed up a lot of money, would have gotten me Montez. 0-2 immediately to Kelenic. I'm early on the heat now. And, yeah. Stands. Well, all right, I'm glad I played that critical situation. All right, let's get through this day. Let's see our draft picks. This will be a good way to end the episode. A lot of frustrations, but I think we're going to see some good things here. I will do my best not to look at all of them at once and just to look at the one that I'm focused on. I'll probably also cover up all of them when I'm editing, and we'll look through them one by one. So we'll start off. It'll be our number 1 pick, Johnny Bench, and it's just going to be a matter of how good he is. We know he's going to be good, just how good. And he has 85 potential. That's a little weak, man. That's slightly below halfway. He has a 73 starting overall, which is also, I mean, I think I was guessing like 74 when we were talking about it. His fielding looks, I feel like, a little better than I was anticipating. His hitting is He is a switch hitter, though. Maybe not quite immediately ready like I was thinking to play on opening day, but shouldn't take too long. I mean, 85 potential is not bad. It's just, I was really hoping it would hit on that upper end. All right, the next one, though, Jeff Chandler. 94 potential. He really was a better draft pick than Johnny Bench. We definitely could have been justified taking him when I was deliberating, but instead we got them both. He's also a 67 to start, so like he's got a little ways to go, but he's not that far off really. And he's only 18. Everything looks, you know, pretty much middle of the road there. Ks per 9 versus righties is a little low. Stamina's fine at 75. 5-pitch mix. Yeah, this is going to be pick of the draft for us. Let's see what's next, though. Al Triola, only a 75 potential. He was one of the guys that we discovered. He was unranked, but he was ranked by us like 60, I think it was. But yeah, he just hit right in the middle of that potential window, maybe slightly on the lower end. Yeah, slightly on the lower end. But he's at least a 74 to start, so he's at pretty much as good as he's ever going to be at 18. I mean, there might be a world that exists where he's on our big league roster next season, maybe at a 74. I mean, he'd be, I think, tied to be our second best starting pitcher right now. So, all right, who's our next pick? Nicky Walker, 70 potential, 71 starting overall. We are not getting lucky with guys hitting on, okay, I shouldn't say that because Jeff Chandler hit on the upper end, but only 1 out of 4 guys have hit on the upper end so far. I was hoping for Nicky Walker to be like 74-ish, but I mean, he's a really solid hitter right now. He's just not going to get any better. There's a world too, though, where he's on our big league team just because he's that good of a hitter. All right, James Dunning was the question mark. Okay, well, 87 potential, but only a 46 starting overall. So he is 18, so he's got as long as possible to get there, but it's going to take him a while to get there. But I mean, to take a guy completely blindly and he actually does have good potential, I mean, if he ever gets to 87, that's going to be a really good pick looking back on it. And then the final pick, Mike Christensen, 91. Okay, kind of the same deal for him, and he's actually a little worse because he's 21 years old. We knew he was going to be a high potential guy. 91 potential, only a 49 overall to start. He's got good speed, though. I don't know how to feel about this draft, to be honest. I mean, Chandler is really the best pick we had. It's not like Johnny Bench is a miss. It's just, he just ended up being average, maybe like slightly below what I was looking for. Triola and Walker were a little bit of a disappointment. And then Dunning and Christensen, good potentials. We just don't know if they're ever going to get there. At least the top end hit though. And that's what mattered the most for us as a rebuilding team. But all right, man, that's finally gonna end this episode. We've had a couple long ones these last couple episodes. We'll get back to normal next time out. We're still gonna play out the rest of the season at the same pace we were at, playing all the critical situations, see if we can have any sort of miracles happen. But at this point, it's really gonna be about just finishing out this season, capping off our streamlined franchise experience, and then moving on to a full-fledged franchise heading into next season. Really wish that deadline could have gone a little bit better, but let's focus on the positives. We can be excited about Denzel Clark. We can be excited about the trade we made last episode with the Yankees, and we can at least be happy that Austin Hayes is no longer a member of the Chicago White Sox. So if you've made it to the end here, guys, do me a favor, remember to drop a like. I'm assuming anybody that's made it this far into a video is you're probably already subscribed, but if you're not, you probably enjoy this series enough to make sure you're subscribed. And I'm curious to see what you guys say in the comments about how I managed that deadline, because I probably could have handled it better. But anyways, as always, guys, thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I will see you next time.